Hello, my dearest INFJ entrepreneurs. Welcome back to the studio. Also, if you're listening to this one, welcome back to the podcast. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the evolution of the INFJ. And we're also going to kind of cross-reference it to how we show up in business. Before we go into that, if you're not already inside of the INFJ Entrepreneurs group, you can join us. I'm going to put the link in the description of the video. We do have monthly virtual hangouts. You can meet other INFJs in business. I'd love to see your face. And also we have the 30-day visibility challenge. It's a free challenge. You get an email every single day for 30 days, giving you a prompt that helps you and kind of gives you a question to contemplate and reflect on so that you can show up more consistently online. So the very first stage of all INFJs is our cute invisible era. It's a very young INFJ, baby INFJ thing to be. The invisible era is when we observe the most. And observation to me comes back to when I was 3 years old. At 3, I was already observing kids in kindergarten eating dirt. And I was like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, I would be an invisible observer and I would just be incubating. I would be very perceptive. My mantra would be I see everything, but no one sees me. That's the mantra of the invisible INFJ. So the core essence of this part of our journey is that we have hyper awareness around everything and everyone. And also that invisibility is actually where we feel safe. So we feel safe not being in the center of attention. And we also feel the ache of that because that also means that we are not the coolest kids in school. And boy, we have fantasies about the baddest boy liking us one day. But they never do because we're so invisible to them. Just fine. We have an X-ray vision, but we actually rarely express it. In business context, and I'm not going to tie it to age because remember our evolution is spiral. So we can, it's not always coming with age. Sometimes it comes back. In other areas of our life, we improve. And other areas of our life, we are just in the invisibility era, right? So in a business context, it can be that you are someone who is a behind-the-scenes genius and you're able to support others with reaching your visions. You always wait to be ready or invited before showing up. And you always believe that having clarity exceeds expression. So you don't speak until you know something for sure and you have clarity, which is something that will flip as you mature. The lesson you can take away from this era is that while being unseen and invisible protects you, it will start suffocating you at the same time. And you have to learn to act from courage. And the first act of courage is to be visible as you are now. So our second stage is the Chameleon era, or I like to call the adaptation era. So this is the time when we are very empathetic with people. We are shape-shifting, we are adapting, and we are a little bit of an approval seeking. So the mantra is, if I understand everyone, maybe they will understand me. The core experience here is that you're able to read others perfectly, but you kind of lose your own self-definition and you're able to blend to belong and you're mirroring people just to connect with you. So a very concrete example for me with this experience is that I would put my own needs to the back burner just to stay connected with people. And it would also be something so dumb as hiding my body, like wearing long sleeves so that it doesn't upset people because I have skinny arms, guys. And apparently I thought that I should hide it because it would upset people. So I would just try to adapt and try to chameleon myself so that people would not get triggered by me, that I would then fit in and finally be recognized by the cool people. I don't know. I also had an era in which I was wearing all black so that a guy that I liked would like me back. And I actually went through like a gothic phase. And I did that because I wanted the guy to like me. And as soon as that relationship kind of dissolved, I just started to dress how I wanted to dress. So that definitely was an interesting era for sure. There is photographic evidence somewhere. Maybe I can find something for you guys. In business, it can be that you are mimicking other people, whether in their expression or their colors, their fonts, or their offers, because you think that's the trend and that's working. And actually, it was very interesting and very true in my own business journey. Or you create a brand that just looks really good, but actually feels hollow and it's not really you. Or you tend to over deliver in client works just to prove your self-worth. And I would also add this to a mix that you tend to just say yes to everything that people tell you because everything is better than no business. And you find yourself in projects that actually you're not an expert in, but you say yes and you learn on the go because you just want to make sure that people see your worth and you get paid. But even if it's like nothing or next to nothing, you would take the project because you just want someone to kind of see you, finally. You don't need to match everyone's energy. You just need to master your own and kind of carve out your own lane of expression and way of being. And that takes time and experimentation. You might try different personas or hats until you find out who you are in the process. And that really helps. And the more you grow, the more you feel the misalignment or you feel like you're out of integrity with your old version because you were like, oh my God, I was just trying to copy, especially in business, I was trying to copy what everyone else was doing because I thought that would work. And you just became a chameleon of everyone, depending on the mood, instead of trying to build your own tribe and own audience. Now, stage 3 is I would call it the deconstruction era, when you start to feel like, okay, this strategy of being invisible or being a chameleon worked really well, but I'm done with it. Like, I'm done adapting, and it just starts to feel something is off. Like, basically, the keyword here is you feel disillusioned, you feel like your discernment is coming online, and suddenly your nervous system really starts craving the truth. And the mantra here is, I can't pretend anymore. The core experience here is that you either feel burnout or existential fatigue, and you question everything that you have once accepted, and you withdraw to recalibrate, not to hide, but to really understand yourself. So there is both grief as you kind of chip away that chameleon self that was adapting and trying on different hats, so to say, and different personas, and you start to crave authenticity and truth. Now, in business context, it can be that you're dismantling your offerings and you look at your marketing in a completely different way. You stop chasing validation and you try to start experimenting with something brand new quietly. You shift from what people want from me to what feels true for me. And this is a huge one. Now, stage 4 is the lighthouse energy, and this is the embodiment era. And the key word here is you are anchored, radiant, and authentic. The mantra here is stay aligned in your own energy and let people meet you there. So no longer performing truth, you are living the truth, and you are able to communicate clearly, compassionately, with grounded conviction. And you also realize that in business, let's just move it to the business, you start to prioritize inner and outer coherence. The clients who come to you come from resonance and not necessarily persuasion. And this is so important as well, because now it becomes basically you shed all the performance layers and you just meet people in truth of who they are. And that's when you are actually okay with people misunderstanding you, and you don't feel the need to jump in to correct them and how they are wrong. You are discerning in which fights are you going to pick. You let them misunderstand you. You smile about it. You're like, okay, you know what? That's fine. If that's what you think, that's okay. So you let that exist, and you understand that if you know the truth, that's all that matters. So you know what's the truth, that's cool. And that's all you need to know. And you don't mind people projecting or misunderstanding you, because you understand that if they don't get it, they don't get it. And you're not going to put a lot of effort in trying to make people understand you or convince them they are wrong. So discernment is actually comes in online, and you can hold your own energy and you can hold your lighthouse energy, and you can invite people to meet you there. And you understand that this is like a bat signal. So you cast the bat signal so people can recognize you and see you so that they come to you. Okay. Now, stage 5 is transformational. This is the legacy era. So the mantra here is, my presence changes rooms. And a core experience here is that you're fully integrated. You no longer define success by outcomes, but you define them by impact. You are the one who is shaping society. They are part of movements that are bigger than yourself. Your offers and work elevates the entire ecosystem. These are the INFJs who truly have made impact. And I'm going to name here Marshall B. Rosenberg's work on nonviolent communication. Like, his work was so revolutionary that he was sent into war-torn countries to make peace. So the INFJs who shape the society, Martin Luther King, in a positive way, an impactful way, they are the ones that then make history and legacy. And those are the people who are leaving a massive impact long after they're gone. Carl Jung's, right? They allow themselves to drop into who they are and express in service of something bigger than themselves. So now you get the full picture of the INFJ evolution. Let me know which stage you think you are in. So maybe in business, you are already a lighthouse, but in your personal relationships, you are still a chameleon. Or maybe you are a lighthouse, someone who is really okay with themselves and shows up authentically, but maybe in business, you are still hiding under invisibility. So I want you to think about it. Let me know in the comments below. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say, where you are in each stage, and let me know if this video has resonated with you. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget courage over fear, progress over perfection. Thank you so much for watching, listening to this one. And my time is out of the studio, so I have to wrap this up really quickly. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you as always.